I'm Manny Rodriguez. In today's episode, we are continuing the coverage of Charlotte Sena, young 9-year-old girl who just vanished, which we would later find out she was actually abducted when the Amber Alert went out. And so all eyes have been on this story over the last since Saturday, and now we're about 3 days later. And the thing about it is Saturday she was taken. Sunday the Amber Alert went out. What took so long to get the Amber Alert out? I don't understand that part. But good news is that she's actually been found healthy, safe from what we know. So we're going to be diving into this story to share with you what we know at this time. Welcome back to our channel where we uncover the chilling details of the recent kidnapping case that has shocked the nation. In today's video, we delve into the shocking events surrounding the suspect, Craig Nelson Ross Jr., and the rescue of young Charlotte Sena. Now, Craig Nelson Ross Jr., we find that he lives in a little camper over there, not far at all from Charlotte's home. And so he lives in this camper behind his mother's trailer, just a short drive away from Charlotte Sena's home. The large property is filled with sheds and outbuildings. It became the focal point of investigation as officers raced against time to determine if Ross was involved in any other disappearances. And so we continue to find out a lot about this. Remarkably, despite not having a criminal record, Ross was linked to Charlotte's disappearance through a 1999 DUI conviction thanks to fingerprints. The Ross's home, located on Barrett Road, Milton, New York, is only less than 2 miles away from where young Charlotte resides. And so we find out about this ransom note that was left at the parents' home early in the morning. And this is shocking to find out. The circumstances surrounding Ross' arrest suggest a haphazard planning of the kidnapping. It wasn't well thought out at all. At 4:20 in the morning on Monday morning, a car suspiciously drops off a random note at the Sena family mailbox right under the watch of state police. Governor Kathy Hochul revealed during a press conference that this note provided some leads about the car, but no definite match for the brand or license plate. This note was immediately sent for analysis, and to the investigators' surprise, it contained strong fingerprint and DNA evidence. Astonishingly, the kidnapper didn't appear to have worn gloves while writing the note. Although the first print lifted didn't yield a match in the police database, the second one did. And so the police, they put together a rescue team, and they literally bombard this whole house, and just literally SWAT team, they all linked into this home. So by 2:30 p.m. on Monday morning, police, they had successfully linked, or should I say by 2:30 on Monday afternoon, police had successfully linked the second fingerprint to Craig Ross using his 1999 DUI conviction. And so a rescue operation was swiftly organized with Special Operations Response Team, known as SORT, members from various parts of New York, and an FBI SWAT team collaborating to close in on this home. Now, this is the Barrett Road home where his family is said to have owned. And circled is the trailer that he had captured and kidnapped this little Charlotte Sena. And so around 20 SORT team members and the FBI SWAT team raided the camper on the Ross property. There they found Ross and a hidden Charlotte Sena, thankfully alive and covered up in a cabinet inside that trailer right there that I circled. Ross was immediately subdued and taken into custody with minor injuries. Police say that he was trying to fight police off when they were trying to capture him. That's where those minor injuries came from. Charlotte's parents, they were informed of her rescue shortly after 6 p.m. that same day on Monday. So Monday was a very joyous day for the family. And the family, all they wanted was answers. They wanted to know. They knew that little Charlotte she just vanished. Something was not right. They had an eerie feeling in their belly that said, something is not right with our little one. And so while the immediate danger had been averted, the investigation continued, aiming to determine whether Ross knew the Sena family before the kidnapping occurred. Because we do find out that he was actually a mailman in one of the areas around there. So, because to me, it's like, how did he know their address? How did he know where to deliver the ransom note? Smart enough to be a mailman, not smart enough to go and not leave a ransom note at the parents' home. I'm glad he did that because this fool got caught doing that. Now, obviously, there's no alleged in this. This dude is the guy that has been captured in that trailer with little Charlotte in the cabinet. And while, the immediate danger, it's been averted, now we want to know, did he know the family? Was he lying in wait for the little girl after her two friends went? Or was this random? Notably, Ross' car registration led to an arrest that is incredibly close to Charlotte's family home, raising suspicions that he may have had prior knowledge of her and might have been following or spying or stalking her. And so now the police, they're going to continue to investigate this a lot further now that he's been arrested. After this Amber Alert, everyone was on high alert to figure out what happened in this whole thing. You can see Loop A at the bottom left. At 6:15 p.m., Charlotte last seen going for a solo bike ride, doing one last loop around it. So her friends, they're like, okay, we're gonna head back to the campsite. They're done. And she's like, I'm gonna just do one more. I'll meet you girls there. And let me tell you, as an avid bike rider, this is very dear to my heart. She obviously loves being on that bike, and now she may be scarred for life. And let me tell you what, this is going to stay with her. And, I even feel bad that I even shared a picture. I should have blocked it out for this one, but I had already did it yesterday in the Amber Alert to get all eyeballs, and now she's going to lose privacy because of a lot of this. But you can see at 6:15, Charlotte is last seen going for a solo bike ride, one last loop. And so police had believed that she was abducted near Site 18 sometime around 6:30 to 6:45 p.m. You can see Site 18. You can see Loop A where she was last seen. You can see Old Saratoga Road, which is Saratoga, New York, right in that area. And so the police, they had dedicated the following day to interview Ross regarding his intentions and possible connections, which is today. And they're determined to find out if he had been stalking her, whether he is a pedophile or simply a criminal driven by monetary gain because he was leaving a ransom note. Additionally, the authorities will be questioning Ross' family and friends, seeking any insight into his past movements and character. DNA tests will also be conducted comparing his biological profile to a database of child abduction cases to see if this mailman had anything else to do. Because being a mailman, I'm thinking that might have been why he was able to find their address so friggin' fast. Or he was already on the prowl, or he was already tracking, following the whole 9 yards. Now, as the investigation progresses, we definitely hope to get justice for little Charlotte Sena. Because now you don't know. Kathy Hochul, this is not done. She says, the Governor Hochul, she says, this is not done. We still got more investigation to do. And so, as the investigation progresses, we hope for justice and answers for the Sena family. We will continue to closely follow this case and bring you any updates as they unfold. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates on this significant story. And I think that it's key to understand that it's cases like this, you never know what could go wrong in the blink of an eye, because she was just riding her bike with her family in the area. And now the suspect that's accused of snatching the 9-year-old girl from a campground in upstate New York, he's charged with first-degree kidnapping. He was arraigned on first-degree kidnapping charge in the early hours of the morning at Wilton Town Court, and he's being held without any bail whatsoever. And so he was arrested, as I shared, at his mother's house on Monday night, where Charlotte was found in a cabinet inside the trailer. Now, remind you, they saw someone drop a note off at 4:20 in the morning, Monday morning. They could have arrested him right there. Why he didn't? Why he wasn't questioned right away? Maybe they wanted to see where he was going, or they're going to do a little more digging because, they don't really know. But he was arrested at his mother's house on Monday night, where Charlotte was found in a cabinet inside the trailer that he lived in his Mother Jones' backyard. Now, police, they were led in because he left his fingerprints on the ransom note that was delivered to Charlotte's parents' house early on Monday morning. Again, 4:20 in the morning. But state police, they were watching the family home, but they were sent to another call at 4:20 on that Monday morning, the moment Ross Jr. dropped off the note. So his good thing his DNA was already on file. Otherwise, they were like, we don't know who this guy was, right? Or hopefully they had a license plate. We don't know everything that is behind this, but let's be real. We are truly happy that she is reunited with her family after being snatched on Saturday night. And after we find out that 2 SWAT teams, one state and one federal, swooped on the property in helicopters, with Ross said to have put up a struggle which caused his minor injuries, we find that this, pictured on your screen, is the guy that has been arrested in connection to this kidnapping. But bottom line is, Craig, the mailman, there is some rumor, so we don't know if it's false or true, but there's another guy with the same last name in the same area who has also been accused of something heinous. At first, he was the one that was being pictured as Craig Ross. Sometimes when you're on the internet, you jump to it. Some people jump to, well, I got this from this. That's a reputable source, and we're going to run with it. But then, hey, come to find out, you actually ran with the wrong person's picture. So I'm not going to dive into that unless we find out more in reference to that. But be careful what you're believing and then running with. That's why this story broke last night. I didn't want to run with it right away because I figured give it time for some more developing situation in it. My guess is give it some time. They will show him. They will show who Craig Ross is. That way we could get the right person, because right away it was like they were sharing the names. And of course, people are going to go to Facebook, start digging, he wasn't easy to find at all. But now they know, like, this is the guy that they believe they have. And there's no doubt in my mind now that's him. But I didn't want to run with it until I was sure that was him. And I didn't want to run with it until I had a picture, because otherwise I was going to be doing it again, right? And I want you to be tuned to one story, not me doing a billion little ones, which, unless there's breaking news or something that you can break down of the story, that makes a lot of sense. But now we know, hey, this guy is arrested. But let me ask you this. What is he done? Is he done? Is he going to be arrested, done, spend the rest of his life in jail? He kidnapped her. He will most likely see freedom again. He will not spend the rest of his life in prison. I don't think. It doesn't look like he has a huge criminal record. It doesn't look like he's got a bunch of felony. I mean, there's a good chance he's coming right out of this. Or should I say, he'll most likely, because they didn't give him any bond, which also means to me that they do find this, they have credible evidence that this guy has done the unthinkable to this little girl by kidnapping her. You don't do that. Whether it's money motivated, whether you just don't do that. So no doubt he is going to be faced with this crime. Now, let me know in the comments what you think in reference to, is he going to serve time? Is he going to serve time? Yes, he'll serve time, but how much time? Well, New York anymore seems like they're giving you slap on the wrist for some of the most heinous things. Is he going to get a slap on the wrist? Kathy Hochul, the governor, she was behind the search, helping, doing what she can right out of the gate. She saw the severity of this. But what will happen when he gets his defense? Right? And so as we dig deeper, they're going to be, like they said, they're going to be interviewing all of the family members. They're going to interview both Rosses. Whether there's a connection or not, we don't know. Some were saying that they're brothers. Some are saying we don't know, they're not. You know, so I'm not going to run with that until I know that there's a little more behind that. But there might be some truth to them being brothers. We'll dig a little deeper when that time comes. But what do you think about this case so far? Have you been glued to it like many others? You know, bottom line is, thank God she was found safe. That was the blessing that I received when I saw, you know, articles coming out. My friends, let's be real. We were all worried about this little girl. And now that she's back safe, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord she gets to live another day. And I mean, this guy lived a mile to 2 miles from her. I don't think he randomly picked her. But we will find out more as this story continues to develop. My friends, that's why I do this. Because you never know what could go wrong in this crazy world we live in. But the more you're alert, the more you're aware, the more you're careful, the better prepared you can be. But even then, you still never know what could go wrong in this crazy world we live in. I'm Manny Rodriguez. This has been another episode of Deep True Crime. Until next time, my friends, peace.